Get ready, America, for this is the best of Destination Small Town, a Cluck TV production, featuring the shows that have taken Sweet Swine County by storm. The reality hit, The Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine's favorite music show, Backstage at the Commune, the tastefully done cooking segment, Cooking It Up with Betty, the always zany soap opera, As the Corn Grows, and of course, the wildly popular talk shows that share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. Which shows will you be seeing today? Stay tuned and find out right after the break.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of One Duck, One Ventriloquist, an Autobiography by Lawyer Ed. Talented, driven, hungry for fortune and fame, the story of a man and his wooden duck against the world. The High Horse Herald says, "This guy quacks me up. What a character, and the lawyer's funny too." The New Pork Periodical says, "Best $2 I ever spent on a book." Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com. This program has been made possible by Purdue University, Sweet Swine County's Institute of Higher Learning, with 3 classroom trailers that can accommodate up to 9 students each. To learn more, visit SweetSwineScoop.com.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of As the Corn Grows! Today, we join Cousin John and Little John as they return from the Chicken Pluckers Convention in Des Moines.
Thanks for taking me with you, Big John.
Oh, you know what? I'm kind of glad I brought you along, too. Gives us men folk a chance to get to know each other a little better.
I missed Miss Minnie, though.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of did, too. Boy, I bet she's mad at us. Or, not at us. I bet she's mad at me. Yeah, she didn't even call.
The battery was dead, remember?
Oh, crap, that's right. Here, plug this in.
That might be her.
Hey, put it on speakerphone. Hello?
Why, hello to you, big brother.
Daniel?
Yes, sirree. You know, Minnie has been worried sick about you boys.
We were at the Chicken Pluckers Convention, Uncle Dan.
Yeah, I left a note.
Must have blown away with the wind. I know she never saw it.
Well, I don't understand why didn't she call me? She wondered where we were?
You know, she tried, but it wouldn't go through. Say, what kind of cell phone is that you have there anyway?
Oh, the battery died. I suppose she had Officer Dave issue an Amber Alert for little Junior here, huh?
Well, no. You see, I told her that you two boys were at safety camp.
Safety camp? Why didn't you just tell her where we were?
Well, I wasn't sure where you were, and then I found this flyer for the chicken convention, so I put 2 and 2 together, figured you two boys had headed off for Des Moines.
Well, you figured right, Sherlock, but why didn't you just tell her where we were instead of dreaming up this safety camp thing?
You know, Aunt Minnie, she is a force to be reckoned with when she is beside herself.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
Well, Norma over at the Edie's Cafe, she told me that, about 10 years ago there was a incident at the Chicken Pluckers Convention, so I didn't figure Miss Minnie would be real happy about it if you went there.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Say, that mailer was in my office, in my Papers. What were you doing going through my personal papers?
Yeah. Why were you going through Big John's stuff?
Whoa now, you two. Miss Minnie, she asked me to help her look for clues as to where you might be. I had to think fast, put my selling shoes on, but I think she bought it.
Bought what?
The safety camp story. So unless you two want to walk on eggshells for the next week or so, I suggest you get home and take her out to dinner and forget about the Chicken Pluckers convention and try to avoid talking about safety camp.
You want me to lie to Miss Minnie?
Oh, Little John, I think what Daniel wants is he wants us, you two, to be blood brothers.
Blood
Is that
brothers?
right, Daniel?
Blood brothers? Oh, yeah. Blood brothers, they protect each other from angry girlfriends and wives and things like that.
That's exactly right.
So, if I do this, we'll be blood brothers?
Sure thing, little guy. Oh, what a day. First I gotta cover my dumb brother, 'cause he goes to some Chicken Pluckers convention. Then I get hornswoggled into going to some tchotchke shop. There's 2 hours of my life I'll never get back.
Here's your bear.
Good. Let's just open him up, see what we got inside.
Who hides a fortune in a stuffed teddy bear anyway?
Say, Willie, there's nothing in here. What gives?
Don't blame me. I just steal teddy bears. I'm not responsible for what's inside them.
Now listen, did you or did you not take the bear that was on the shelf next to the binoculars?
Binoculars? What binoculars? How many bears does this guy have in his office anyway?
Elmer Plow, well, sitting around on a work day, are ya?
Yeah, Ronnie, I'm on my lunch break. Okay, Ronnie, have a seat.
Well, don't mind if I do. Now, tell me, why are you sitting here perusing the want ads?
Ronnie, I'm looking at a career change.
Career change? Now, why in the world would you, Sweet Swine's own doctor of safety, want to change your line of work?
Well, I'll tell you, it came to me on about day 142 of Survivor Siberia. The tribe had voted me off the ice floe. So I said to myself, this is no way to live. I'm never going to let this happen to me again. I'm going to take control of my own destiny.
Yeah, I hear you, big guy. You know, when Katie and I were bound and gagged down there in that musty old root cellar, but I had second thoughts about my own life. Oh, yeah, and then when I come back from post-traumatic kidnap syndrome treatment down there in Albuquerque, and she told me that I was getting half of that fortune, well, by golly, I decided to become a food mogul, and I have never looked back.
Food mogul, huh? You know, I see in here, Ronnie, Cousin John is looking for a new chief security officer. I think I could do that. It's more pay and benefits and everything.
Not with Cousin John. Come on, big guy.
I can work for Cousin John.
Hey, Minnie, we're home.
It's about time, John Robert Olson. Where have you been? Oh, little John, I've missed you so much. How was safety camp?
Miss Minnie, don't cry. Plus, I had a great time at safety camp.
Yeah, Minnie, dry up those tears. Put on your best dress. We're all going out to dinner tonight.
Dinner? Really? I'm wearing my best dress.
Really? Well, I figured that's the least we could do, right, little John?
Right. And I'm looking forward to hearing about safety camp.
Oh, what a tangle web we weave. Well, you get the picture, will Minnie forgive and forget over a plate of pasta? Will little John be able to avoid the topic of safety camp? Or will Cousin John come clean and ruin Daniel's clever plot to steal Vladimir's fortune? I guess we'll find out after the break.
Get ready for a website like no other. A website where you will find stories done by reporters, tourists, and celebrities from Sweet Swine County. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County. With nothing happening in their county, they decided to do some stories about the businesses and points of interest located in their neighboring towns and counties. Take a unique look at life inside the small towns of the Midwest by visiting DestinationSmallTown.com.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of The Sweet Swine Diaries, a collection of unauthorized biographies by Cassidy Davis, featuring a riveting collection of the exotic, neurotic, chaotic, and even psychotic stories about the lives of the Sweet Swine County ladies. Miss Davis is quoted as saying, "I have never seen so many single women with so many problems in my life. Enjoy." Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com. This program has been made possible by SweetSwineScoop.com, the online magazine that keeps Sweet Swine County citizens informed on what's happening. For if it happens in Sweet Swine County, it's news to us.
Welcome back to As the Corn Grows. Now, we join Cousin John, the real Cousin John, as he interviews Sergio Furleone for KLUK Creative Director.
So now they're Mr. Furley one.
It's Furleone, but call me Sergio.
Sergio, huh? Now, what part of the world do you hail from?
Well, originally I was born in Italy, and I sailed to America when I was about 18 years old and ended up on the West Coast.
Well, you know, I see here on your resume that you worked with that Steven Spielberg on Car Wars.
Yes, it was very exciting working with Mr. Spielberg. And of course, the picture was just a magnificent success.
Well, let me ask you this. So why would someone who's worked with the likes of Steven Spielberg want to come and work here in Sweet Swine? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm proud of our little station here, but we're small potatoes compared to multi-million-dollar movies.
Can I be frank, Mr. Olson?
You can be whoever you want to be.
I basically grew tired of the bright lights and the big city and the traffic and the egos. I just wanted to slow down and, how you say, smell the lutefisk, you say.
Oh, yeah, well, we got the lutefisk here. Hollywood's lost, that's KLUK's game. When can you start?
Well, it'll take me a week or so to get my belongings, and of course I have to find a place to live.
Not to worry. Old Betty Thompson, she just moved out of my guest house out on the farm. Fully stocked, fully furnished. It's yours until you find a place to settle in.
Thank you.
See, you know, my little cousin Katie, when she was out there in California, she worked for that Hollywood Insider magazine. Did she ever interview you?
Katie Olson?
That's the girl.
Why? Yes, we have met.
Wow, that's great. You know, Katie, she's part owner of the station here, but I control the purse string.
Let me get this straight, Mr. Olson. Are you saying that Katie Olson is here in Sweet Swine County?
Well, the good news is that we did sign the Piggly Wiggly Food Liner account.
Oh, great. Katie, we're finally going to have the budget we deserve. Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, not exactly. Yeah. The bad news is that we lost the Fill 'em Up gas account.
What?
Yeah.
Oh Oh, say it isn't so.
It's true. Cousin John and all of his crack sales team are running around getting all of our sponsors to sign up for the dark side.
The dark side?
Well,
no.
Well, I don't mean that kind of dark side. I'm talking about the Manly Man Show, Split Hoof Tonight.
Well, Katie, why don't you play his game? Why don't you get your salespeople to get his sponsors?
Well, you know, I did hire a fella named Calvin Muldoon, and he's doing a pretty good job. Yeah, but he's... I know. But, he's doing a pretty good job. He's just part-time, though.
Well, you know, at least we have the Piggly Wiggly account.
Not exactly.
What?
Okay, here's what happened. Betty Thompson went over there, and she talked to them and offered to do a show of hers from their store if they signed up.
Well, good for her.
Yes, it is good for her, but it's not so good for us. Oh, excuse me, I've got to take this. I'm expecting a call from not-so-famous Freddy's Finger-Licking Barbecue, and Wilma's out to lunch, and I got to take it.
Get them to sign up for it.
All right, okay, good idea, okay, excuse me, all right.
Okay, Freddie, let's go, Freddie.
Hello, this is KLUK TV, Katie Olson speaking.
Kitten?
Sergio?
Hello.
Yes, Miss Silage, I'm calling to let you know that you can start work on Monday. Stop by and fill out your W-4s with Melvin, and he can show you around the station.
Oh, thank you, Officer Dave. I will not let you down.
Yes, well, I must say, I was impressed with your artwork.
Well, if you have any suspects or anything, I could come in today and do some sketches for you.
No, we've hit a quiet spell. But with the King Corn Days coming up, who knows what kind of action we'll see.
Isn't the King Corn Days a dance on Saturday?
It sure is. And I'm thinking I'd better be there.
Do you have a date?
No, I'm a lone wolf. I have to be. Crime's awaiting at every turn.
I'd love to observe you in action. Could I tag along?
Suit yourself. But I warn you, you'll have to get out of the way fast if the Monroe brothers decide to tangle. Things could get messy.
Oh no, I'm like a cat. I land on my feet. So, what time are you gonna pick me up on Saturday?
No, these aren't any good.
Well, I kind of like that one.
No, I'm not talking about the photos. The photos are fine. It's just the look.
The look?
You look like a newspaper.
A newspaper?
Yeah, black and white and red all over.
You had Prairie Ann pick out the outfit.
Yeah, and what about that hair? It looks like you just went through a wind tunnel. Oh, man, and what about this gingham, this blue gingham?
Well, Caroline helped me with all of that, and what else do you expect from a librarian?
Well, we gotta reshoot, and we gotta reshoot quick.
Quick? Why so fast?
Well, Adam, who's in research and development, has had the prototype for Hot Dish on a Stick for 2 weeks, okay? And I'm telling you, it's tested well with every focus group we've had. We're going to unveil it next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday?
Yes, next Wednesday. So we've got to get you a new wardrobe. We've got to reshoot all the packaging shots, and then we have to rehearse for the unveiling at KLUK Studios.
Well, can't we put the unveiling back a little?
No, we can't, because timing is everything in the fast food industry, as you know. Now, I'm telling you, if Maria Cowlflower, or whatever her name is, gets a load of Hot Dish on a Stick, well, she's gonna beat us to the punch.
Well, you know what, Ronnie, you're right. My late husband's family prepared these frozen entrees for decades, and I'm sure that if they caught wind of it,
they would try to put me under.
Well, there you go. There you go. Now, here's what we gotta do. Well, it looks like the food mogul has a lot to do in the next 5 days. Will Ronnie really be able to shop for new clothes, reshoot packaging photos, and be ready to roll out hot dish on a stick in less than a week? And will Mrs. Swanson finally win bragging rights at the next Swanson family reunion? I guess we'll find out after the break.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of How to Be Jealous of Yourself by Prairie Ann. Born with a total package and surrounded by jealousy her entire life, Prairie Ann shares her personal rise to the top as Sweet Swine's hometown sweetheart. Prairie Ann has thrown off the yoke of pure envy, theirs, not hers, and has put her vast wealth of knowledge in this tell-all book. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com.
The lifestyles led in the small towns and counties of the Midwest are like no other. But we seldom hear about the points of interest and businesses located in these towns. Well, there's one TV station that's made it their mission to make sure the stories of the small towns of the Midwest are told, Cluck TV. That's right, Cluck TV, located in the neighboring county of Sweet Swine. See all the towns that are covered on KLUKTV.com.
This program has been made possible by The Daily Boar. This sometimes daily newspaper reports the news the residents of Sweet Swine County want to know. Also now featured online at sweetswinescoop.com.
Welcome back to As the Corn Grows. Now we join Katie as she meets with Daniel at the Moonlight Cabaret well, I'm not sure why in the world Katie would be meeting Cousin John's little brother.
I must say I was rather taken aback by your invitation to cocktails.
Well, I do apologize for being so brash, but I absolutely could not help myself.
Well, you do know that Cousin John and I have been at odds over Aunt Ella's farm since I arrived from Los Angeles, yes?
Well, having met the man myself, I must say I'm not surprised. Although I do believe that he gets his stubborn pig-headedness from our mother's side of the family.
Kitten.
Sergio?
Katie?
Daniel Beauregard Lee, this is Sergio Furleone.
Mr. Furleone, is it? My pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm meeting a Mr. Bobby Ray and Miss Sally Sue.
Why?
Well, I'm the new creative director at KLUK.
Well, that is my brother's television station.
I see the resemblance, sir. I'm wondering if you would mind if I borrow Katie for a moment alone.
Yeah, sure, why not? Katie, I'll be in the lounge when you're through.
Daniel? Sergio, what are you doing here?
I'm meeting my Cockleboro Morning Show hosts.
No, I mean, what are you doing in Sweet Swine County?
Well, I'm working here now. Meeting you is just a pure coincidence.
Coincidence, my eye. I don't believe you would ever apply for a job here in Sweet Swine County.
You know me, Kit. I like being a big fish in a small pond, as they say.
I waited for you for months.
Well, we had to wait. Those ill-conceived infomercials just kept us apart.
But you said you'd come for me when the media stuff died down.
I was trying to protect you, kitten.
Don't call me that.
Please, let me explain.
You broke my heart.
Time's up, Serge, old boy. You've upset the young lady enough.
Please don't cry, kitten. You know how it upsets me. We'll talk again, yeah?
I'm so happy you agreed to join me.
Oh, well, I was a little surprised to get the phone call. I didn't know you were back in town. When did that happen? Thank you.
Mrs. Swanson, don't look now, but isn't that your Russian boyfriend with Betty Thompson? I said don't look.
That's her spinning her web, and he is not my boyfriend.
Shh, keep your voice down. I wonder what they're talking about. What do you suppose?
Oh, well, I'm so glad you did.
Well, you know, the last time I was here, I was quite taken with you.
Oh, really? Are you flirting with me, Will?
Well, how could I not?
Oh, you'll make me blush.
Well, you know, I do have a proposition. If you would indulge me, could I ask a favor of you?
A favor? Whatever do you mean? Look at her, shamelessly flirting with him.
Why, Mrs. Swanson, I think you're jealous.
Jealous?
You are. I can see it in your eyes.
What you see in my eyes is not jealousy, it's pity. Vladimir is just another fly in her web.
I don't know. I think you've got a thing for him.
Well, you know my son, John Robert.
Well, yes, of course. I've been living in his guest house. In fact, I just moved into my new home from there.
Could you do me a favor?
You mean act as a go-between? I'm not sure I'm up to that.
Well, you see, with all this lying and deception that's been going on, John Robert just won't even speak to me anymore.
Oh, no. That's so sad.
Yes, well, if you could help me out, it would only be for a little while, until we get this relationship straightened out.
Well, how could I resist such a wonderful proposal?
I think he's kissing her hand, and I thought I heard something about a proposal.
What?
Oh, I don't know, but I don't see a ring.
Why, that old fool. She just lassoed him in record time.
Mrs. Swanson, sit down, you'll make a scene. Shh.
Well, then I will make an appointment with Cousin John in the morning.
That would be so wonderful. I hope to see
Well, look what the cat dragged in. Hello, Betty Thompson. Mrs. Swanson, the proverbial bad penny. Everywhere I go, you show up.
Oh, my darling. Join us. Have a seat.
Don't you have a hot dish or something to bake?
Hot dish?
You're just jealous that I have the frozen entrees. Jealous? You're the one who's jealous. Not me jealous. Oh, come now. You're not concerned that Vladimir and I are having a thing? No, I'm not. As far as I'm concerned, you can get twin tattoos if you would like.
Wow, then it's settled. Betty, would you join me up this weekend on my yacht?
Well, I'm not buying it. Will Prairie Ann get caught eavesdropping? Will Mrs. Swanson break down and admit she still carries a torch for Vladimir, her first real love? Or will Betty be making honeymoon plans with hubby number 3? Find out next time on As the Corn Grows! Get ready, because our culinary expert and, dare we say, wine aficionado beyond belief, Betty Thompson, is preparing some tantalizing dishes for us on her show, Cooking It Up with Betty. In the midst of cooking, our dear old Betty does join her What's Cooking reporters traveling throughout our story country. Now, on this station and the web.
This program has been made possible by the Swine Song Commune, where musicians, artists, and hippie types live together and share their passions. To learn more, visit the online magazine at sweetswinescoop.com.